What is up, YouTube? Let me get this light on. There you go. Hold on. I'm actually gonna go with that natural lighting, except for this one, because I don't need to waste electricity. Y'all know how it is. If you enjoyed that little piano clip, go ahead and smash the like button while you're watching this, and press the subscribe. Why not? Currently, I am. I keep looking over here. The camera's over here. Currently, I'm working on this track. It's interesting. I've never made a beat like this before. Just the way I set it up, it's like in 4 parts. So you can see it's like one section, second section, third, fourth. So literally, it's like nothing, a verse, pause, verse, pause, verse, pause, verse. And I think the person that do this before me was Kendrick Lamar, and he would, like, you could hear him writing, and then he'll crumple the paper, then he'll do the next verse. And so it's basically kind of the idea that I got going on here. Today's Tuesday, so that means Transformation Tuesday topic video. And I had a topic, and just give me, it's going to be about 3 minutes while I rethink this. So just, dang, when you're old, you forget stuff easily. I had to stop the music so I could think, so I could see better. You ever do that? Like turn off the music so you can like see? Alright, so if I remember right, today's topic was supposed to be not making excuses for yourself. I want to say too many times, I personally, and I'm not going to go off of like other people, I'm going to just start here. Anyway, so too many times I've said to myself like, oh, I can't do that because, you know, is this a Windex? Oh, hold on. Told myself I couldn't do something, or tricked myself out of doing something because, like, I felt like I couldn't do it. I felt like I didn't have a means to be able to accomplish whatever the goal was, or, you know, I felt like, you know, why study for this test anyway? I'm already failing. Well, just a quick story. There was a time when, so it was in between 7th and 8th grade. Now, from about 5th grade, my best friend at the time, Robbie Boaz, and I, or 6th grade, I should say, it was 6th grade. We had this idea that we had to dunk before high school. Now, if you knew me during that time, from 6th grade to 8th grade, you knew that I invested so much money in freaking all the Jumpman 23 stuff and the PPT band. Like, who's a 12-year-old that knows what a PPT band is at that time, you know? And I was just like all into this air jump program, add 12 to 16 inches to your vertical, blah, blah, blah. Now, I think it was at the Recplex when I ended up losing all my stuff or something. Something happened, and I didn't have the program anymore. Like this little booklet or something in the band and all that. And it was just like, dang it! But I did have free gym membership because of my dad. So what I did was, those 2 years, I practiced. And 7th grade, I said that I am going to dunk. Now, that sounds like crazy, and I think in 7th grade I was already 5'8", because I peaked in 8th grade. That's when I got this tall. I think I'm like 6 foot or 6'1", I don't know. Anyway, so it was like, all right, I gotta do this thing, but it's like I don't have, you know, I didn't go to camp that year. I didn't, like basketball camp, I didn't do anything that summer. I just stayed home, and I worked out. And my dad has a basketball team at that time called Men at Work. Yeah. And I would go to every game, and that's because that's what I did, you know, to hang out with my dad. And my dad had a basketball player named Golden. He played overseas and all that. Came back over here, just, you know, was kind of doing his family thing. And then I guess somehow I knew my dad. My dad knows everybody. And so anyway, Golden was giving me pointers, because Golden was 5'2", but he could jump out the gym, yo. Free throw line, you know, between the legs, double, all that stuff. Like, Golden was that dude. So Golden heard what my goal was, and he said, well, hey man, you need to try this. Do these specific things over the next few weeks, and I guarantee you will dunk. So here I am, tall 7th grader. I've been popping the rim all summer. I've been jumping up and, throwing the ball through the net, and he's like, you're right there. And so it's my dad's last game of the season, or his team's last game of the season, and my dad says, Keith, this is my deal for you. If, and only if, you dunk tonight, I will take you to Taco Bell. And I kid you not, y'all can ask my dad. I wish my dad had I don't want my dad to have Facebook. But if my dad had Facebook, he could comment below and tell you. So anyway, there I was. I had been trying all night long. My dad, they just won their championship. And I was just like so defeated. Like, man, this is stupid. Golden was like, come on, man, it's right there. Just do what I told you to do. And I'm like telling myself, like, man, I can't do it, man. And everyone's saying, you're right there. You're right there. Just keep trying. You're right there. I'm like, man, I'm in 7th grade. Like, I'll get it. I'll get it eventually. They're like, no, Keith, you're right there. Junior, you're right there. So I'm like, all right, bet. And my dad says, come on, it's time to go. And then I was like, I'm not going to say the words that I said because obviously I just kind of sit them under my breath. But I was just, whatever, mumbling some stuff we got in trouble for. And I took off from half court, start running. I don't know what it is about, when you're a kid, you got to power up. So you got to run real far. And I'm running. And then I remember I took like 4 dribbles past the 3-point line. And then I was probably like a couple steps in front of the free throw. And I jumped up. And I remember Golden was looking at me. He was like right here. And I remember trying to get the ball in. And I just... Have you ever seen somebody dunk and they hit the rim and then they fall and it's just terrible? Pretty much what happened to me. I just fell over. And my dad's like, Keith, let's go. And I'm like, Dad, watch this. And so my dad turns around and then I started from the 3 this time because Golden was like, you don't need to run that far. You're doing too much. You're psyching yourself out. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do it this time. So I run and I jump up and sure enough, just bam. I mean, just all up in the rim. Just, Now, I can probably count in my lifetime how many times me and my dad have hugged each other just because, we don't, but my dad was like, oh, yo, my son just, gosh, I gotta get these allergies under control, man. But anyway, my dad was super excited. And if you can imagine, for me, I was like freaking out, like, I did it. No, I wasn't just like I did it. I was like, ah! So me and Golden were like tripping. Everybody on the team were like high-fiving. My dad's like, we're going to Taco Bell. So yeah, not giving up, not psyching myself out. Like, I could have just walked away that day and would have never done that. I probably would have done it later on in the year. I may not have even had that drive, though, because I had everyone there that's like, come on, you can't do it. You're right there. Like, stop giving up. Like, don't psych yourself out. And so, like, that's just kind of what I want you guys to think about, as you're going through your life. Like, stop making excuses of why you can't do something. Like, a lot of times, it's easier than you think. It really is. I will say, I tell this story all the time. I probably told it before on this YouTube channel. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe.